Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Eunice Journal. If you're just coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Eunice Isimoya, and this place is where I drop video journals on the things that I'm doing different on becoming a better version of myself. It's 2026 and I decided to become a better woman. So for me to be that woman that I want to become, I have to drop some habits and also learn some new habits. So this is my journal for this week, the things that I did and the things that I did not do. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, this is the right time to do that. I'm waiting for you. After that, turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know when I drop a video every week. That being said, let's dive right into what I did for this week. So for this week video journal, the week probably started on the 12th of January to the 17th of January, and you're already aware, if you watch the last episode, you're already aware that we're still on the fast. That's the New Year fast. So there's no way I'll be able to drink water in the morning, because that's the first thing that I do normally without the fast. That's the first thing that I do, drinking water in the morning immediately I wake up. So that's to wake up my body system and to tell my body, oh hey, I'm awake. But I've not been able to do that for a while because I am still engaging in the fast. But I did not scrap out taking water from my routine. So this week what I did was to break my fast as around 12 p.m. That was when I did from 6 to 12. Don't judge me. Yeah, don't judge me because I just resumed work, and coupled with the stress and all of that, I could not keep up with the 3 p.m. time. But I fasted till 12 p.m. So whenever I want to break my fast for this week, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and Saturday, I broke my fast with at least 50 cl of water. I think for Friday and Saturday, that was when I took 60 cl, correct. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I took 50 cl of water. So that being said, for Monday morning, when I woke up, the first thing I did is to pray. You already know I'm becoming a prayer warrior. So the first thing I did for Monday was to pray, and I was able to pray for about 48 minutes. I said I'm becoming a prayer warrior. You think I was joking? You think building this habit is a joke? No, it is not a joke. I was able to pray for 48 minutes. As you're watching this video, just drop whatever you're holding and clap for me. Yeah, because I know you love me and you're rooting for me. And I also know you might want to build this habit yourself, or have friends that want to build this habit of praying. You know it's not easy. So clap for me. Drop whatever you're holding and clap for me. I was able to pray for 48 minutes, and I read the book of Esther chapter 8. That morning, I was able to finish the book of Esther this week, and I jumped over to the book of Job this week. But I'll talk more details about the things that I picked from the book of Job, because in my last week video I already told you the things that I was able to pick from the book of Esther. So if you have not seen the last week video, do go back and watch it. Okay, over to the podcast that I listened to on Monday morning. That was Winnie's podcast, and when she was talking about managing your time for maximum productivity. But then it is not it didn't end up as managing your time for effective or for maximum managing your time effectively for maximum productivity. She later changed the topic of that video, when after explaining that time cannot be managed, you can only manage yourself around time. So the topic was later how to master yourself to maximize time. That was what the topic later became, and she listed out a few points on things that you need to master, like things you need to master about yourself so that you can maximize time. Because as a billionaire has 24 hours in a day, you also have 24 hours in a day. So you have the other thing that is different is that the billionaire knows how to manage himself around time, while you do not know how to manage yourself around time. I don't know, maybe a billionaire is watching me, sorry, but I'm just saying. So for the first thing she mentioned was clarity. I'm not going to list out everything that she said, but I'm going to talk about the third point. The first thing she mentioned was clarity, while the second was like you should get a PhD in energy management. Then the third one is to focus and boundaries. That's the part I want to talk about. You know, when there's this thing that you get when, maybe for example, let me give an instance. You already planned that you're going to do something, at a particular time, but because you're not a focused person, like you don't have boundaries, your friends, I'm not saying your friends are good people, your friends can just maybe call you and be like, I want us to go out, I want us to do this at so time at so time. Why you yourself, because you're not focused, because you don't have boundaries, you already planned that, oh, I'm going to do this thing by this particular time, and that is the same time that your friends are pitching for. Because you're not focused and you don't have boundaries, you end up leaving that thing that you already planned to do that is going to better your life. You leave that thing and you go out with your friends. That is what she was trying to say. Like, with that time, with that, if you leave what you're supposed to do and go out with your friends, you're wasting time. Yeah, before you know, 24 hours in a day will be over, and you see that your routine or whatever you said you want to do, you end up not doing it. Well, as I learned it, I decided to tell it to you too, because it's helping me change better, and I believe that it's going to help you change too. So that day, I didn't forget to say thank you to my friend. Like, you know already that I say thank you intentionally to people around me. I don't know why I decided to add that, but I think I mentioned it in my old video. I say thank you intentionally to people around me to become a better version of myself. So my friend helped me to pick up something from the park that day, and I did not forget to say thank you to him for helping me. So you already know that I drank water throughout the week. I didn't miss a day. So I won't be going back to the water aspect of of the routine. So over to Tuesday. On Tuesday, I prayed for 32 minutes. Yes, I prayed for 32 minutes. I know I told you that I prayed for 48 minutes on Monday, but for Tuesday, I dropped to 32 minutes. Yeah, God is helping me. And also, I read the book of Esther chapter 9 that same Tuesday. I read the book of Esther chapter 9. There's something about the book of Esther. I think you should go read it. If you've not read the book of Esther before, just go and read it. If you've read it before, go and read it again. Yes, that's what I have to tell you about the book of Esther. And I listened to the Balance Podcast Theory. That was the next thing I did. The Balance Podcast Theory, that's what I listened to. And there's this thing that they said imbibe the habit of journaling. On that podcast, it was mentioned, I'll read it from my journal book. It said, imbibe the discipline of journaling. Like, with journaling, you can recognize the pattern of mistake that you have made. Like, I do journal. I have a journal that I use, that I used to write, but I am not consistent in the journaling yet. That is why I have not added it. I've not been able to become consistent in writing journal. Like, but with journaling, when you are journaling, you can recognize the pattern of your life from journaling. Like, when you go back to it, when you go back to reading what you've journaled before, like a month ago or 2 months ago or a few weeks ago, you can recognize the patterns of mistake that you make. Then you can now adjust to become a better version of yourself. Yeah, that is something I know about you journaling. Yeah, that's something I know about you journaling. So, and I was able to take a warm cup of green tea for that Tuesday. Remember, I said earlier on that I only took my tea for 3 times this week. That was Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I wasn't able to take it for Monday, Friday, and Saturday. So I think I won't be mentioning that also in the upcoming video. I took a warm cup of green tea that morning. That evening. I took it before going to bed. Then I also said thank you to bike men that carried me from a particular place. I was really stranded that Tuesday evening because all of a sudden I didn't see cab. Like, cab was not coming, and it was getting late. Cab was not forthcoming, and all the cab I was seeing, they were not going my direction. So I saw a bike man, and it was like, okay, where are you going to? I said to so place. He said, will you pay me so amount of money? I just bargained for a little bit, and he carried me carefully to a particular place. Then I was able to get cab to my house. I was really grateful to that bike man. So over to Wednesday. I prayed for 35 minutes on Wednesday. I'm dangling from 30 minutes now. I prayed for 35 minutes on Wednesday, and I read the book of Esther chapter 10. That's the last chapter of the book of Esther. And when I was done with my prayer, I listened to Jay Shetty's podcast, and I think the topic was the 7 lessons that you should learn in your 20s. So if you're in your 20s, should I read it out for you? There are 7 lessons. I'm going to read out like maybe three of those lessons that he told me, because I watched the video for me. The 7 lessons that he told us in that video. And the first one is, the less you say, the more your words will matter. This one I can relate. You see, when you're in a room with people and they already know you as someone that you're always blabbing, you're always talking. Like, there's no time that you're keeping quiet. There are even sometimes that you'll be talking and they won't be listening to you. The people around you will not be listening to you. it will feel like they're neglecting you. That's the feeling. I think I have that kind of feeling before, until I started minding my words. Like, if you don't come into a conversation, I don't jump in. That was the shame, or let I say the shame I felt at a particular time, that made me stop talking too much. Yeah. I'm still trying my best. But for this particular one, when you don't come into a conversation, I do not talk at all, because of that particular thing that I have. So Jay Shetty said, the less you say, the more your words will matter. Have that at the back of your mind. And the next thing is, let go or be dragged. The third one, he said, talk about your relationship with your partner. Let me read that for you again. Talk about your relationship with your partner. The more you talk about your relationship to people, the less your relationship becomes important, because people's eyes, people's lens is not realities of life. For example, you tell Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C about what's happening in your relationship. I'm not saying if you're in a relationship that is the violent relationship, you shouldn't talk about it. No. But your partner buys you this, you tell someone. Your partner made a mistake, you tell someone. You keep yapping about your relationship to people instead of talking to your partner. There is something you do not like in your partner. Instead of talking to your partner about it, no, you go and tell your friends about what you don't like in your relationship. So you're telling your friends, so that what will happen? You're in a relationship. Have that conversation with your partner, not talking about your partner to other people. Talk more to your partner than talk about them behind them. You should have that at the back of your mind also. That's all I'm going to tell you. If you want to know more about the 7 lessons, go over to Jay Shetty's podcast. You know, I'll always refer you back to Jay Shetty's podcast so that you can go learn it yourself. And also, let me give you this tip for the ladies. When a guy tells you that they are bad at testing, like, or they are bad at keeping conversations, it does not actually mean that they are bad at it. What it means is that they don't just have time for you. You are not just important to them. So if you have somebody like that, stop making excuses for them and let them go. Okay? I was able to say thank you to my colleague that same day for allowing me use this bike. There's something people don't know about me. I can ride a bike. Yes, I can ride a bike. So for that Wednesday, I was sent on a particular errand that was going to take me about 30 minutes trekking to deliver. And when I thought about the distance, I was already tired. Even before going for the errand, I was already tired. So, but I was grateful that my colleague had allowed me use his bike to go to that particular place. It became easier for me. Thank you if you're watching this video. Then to Thursday, there's something about this Thursday that I don't know. I don't just know what happened on Thursday. I prayed for 10 minutes. You heard me. I prayed for 10 minutes and I read a book of Job chapter 1. Thursday was something I was really angry when I was able to pray for 10 minutes. It's not like I was tired of praying, but I was running behind schedule that I couldn't pray more than I couldn't pray more than 10 minutes. What happened? This is when what you're supposed to be doing at a particular time. I already mentioned it before. Instead of you to manage yourself, you end up doing something else. What happened was that Thursday, that was Wednesday night to Thursday morning. What happened was that I was being scrolling, and I already said I was going to stop being scrolling. Yeah, for that day I was being scrolling on TikTok, on Instagram till like 2 a.m. in the morning, like 2 a.m. in the middle of the night, and I wasn't able to wake up on time. Normally I wake up by 5:30, but then this time around I was waking up almost 7 o'clock and I have to be at work by 8 a.m. So I was not able, there was no way I was able to manage my time or manage myself that I was able to pray more than 10 minutes. Yeah, I prayed for 10 minutes and I read the book of Job chapter 1 and that was it for Thursday. My bad. I feel so bad about it. So because of that reason, I already decided that I am going to do better in sticking to my sleep routine, because I have a sleep routine too. After the prayer, when I got to work, I listened to a podcast. That's the Glow Up Secret podcast. And there's just one thing I'm going to tell you about the Glow Up Secret podcast. What she said, visibility is equals opportunity. You're not going to find that, let's say for a business person, you're not going to find that those customers you're looking for inside your room. You're not going to find it hiding. Even if you're inside your room, you're still going to make videos and post about your business. You're still going to advertise it. I mean, that That's why companies pay heavy amounts of money for advertisement, because visibility equals opportunity. Not, I had decided before now that I was going to put myself more out there. I'm going to push myself instead of relaxing. I'm going to push myself for my business and for definitely things around me, because I need to be out there. Yeah, I need to be out there in a positive way, not in a negative way though. Mind the out there that I mean. It is not in a bad way, it's in a good way, because I want more opportunities for myself. She also said that allow yourself to have desires. It is okay for you to dream of having a Lamborghini, even if you do not even know how to drive a car yet. Yes, allow yourself to have desires. Allow yourself that much, because dreams are free. Dreams are free. So do not limit your mindset, because there are some people that when they are having like big dreams, they are saying, oh, I want to travel the world, I want to have this, I want to have that. And after seeing all of that, they just end up saying, how am I even going to do this? How am I going to get it? Allow yourself to just dream. Dreams are free. Allow yourself to have desires. It's okay for you to want more in a relationship. It is okay for you to want more from life. It is okay. That being said, then for that Thursday, I didn't go that day without saying thank you. I didn't go that day without saying thank you. I said a lot of thank you for Thursday, because I was up and about. I said thank you to cashiers. I said thank you to the cab drivers and the bike riders. Yeah, that was it for Thursday. Then over to Friday. Over to Friday. You already know the amount of water that I drink. I drank for Friday when I broke my fast. And that's Friday. I prayed for 37 minutes. Monday has the highest minute that I prayed for. So for Friday, I prayed for 37 minutes, and I read a book of Job chapter 2. There was something I said I was going to tell you about the book of Job that I read, and that's the things that I picked from the book of Job. You see, Job, there's this thing that he did. I think either the book of Job chapter 2 or 3. He actually cursed the day he was born. Is that the reason February is not complete? Because I think maybe he said that the day should be scrapped out from the days of the month. And I've been thinking, is that why February is not complete? Maybe he was born in the month of February. I have so many imaginations that some that don't even make sense. This is exactly the thing I imagined when I was reading that part. So that was why I said I was going to tell you about it. I said maybe that is why the month February was not complete. Maybe he was born in the month of February, and because he cursed that day, and he said let the day be wiped out, and we don't have 30th in February anymore. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it might be true, it might not be true. Allow me, leave me to my thoughts. Then after reading my Bible and praying for Friday, I went ahead to listen to Jay Shetty's podcast, and that was like the trick to stop overthinking. I'm just going to tell you just one thing that I picked from the trick to stop overthinking. You see, the best way to move on from something, from negative thoughts, according to Jay Shetty, the best way to move on from something is to burn them, put them in writings and burn them. For example, you're having a negative thought about something, just put them in writing. After putting them in writing, burn that paper or you throw the paper away, because he said there was a research that was carried out in some place. I can't remember the place that he mentioned, and they said the student that they use when they write down something that was bothering them, some were told to keep the journal that they use in writing it down. Some were told to rip out that page that they wrote that thing that was bothering them. And they said the ones that were able to let go of that thing that they wrote down was the ones that burnt them. So this is me giving you the assignment or giving you the idea. When you have something that is bothering you, just go and write it down somewhere. After writing it, tear it out and burn the thing. If you have a toxic ex that you want to forget about, all the things that they gave to you, try and put them away. Burn them so that you can forget about them. That being said, you already know I didn't take my tea for Friday and Saturday since I started this habit building. And for the first time, I did not remember to record the thank you that I said on Friday. But I definitely know that I said thank you, but I cannot remember. I didn't record it. So for the thank you aspect of my table journal, it is blank. So let's leave it at the fact that I did not say thank you for Friday. Then over to Saturday, I prayed for 33 minutes and I read the book of Job chapter 3. Hey, 33 minutes, Job chapter 3. Now I'm thinking about it. Don't mind me. Let's move on. And I listened to Winning. You see, on Saturday, I almost did not listen to the podcast on Saturday. I listened to this podcast before bed because my conscience kept pricking me. I don't know why. Although my Saturday was very busy, it was very busy for me. But I don't know why. My conscience just kept beating me. You need to have not listened to the podcast today. You need to have not listened to the podcast today. So before bed, I just went over to Winnie's channel, Winnie's School of Excellence YouTube channel, and picked one podcast and listened to. And do you know that podcast that I listened to solved a problem for me? I will explain later. In that podcast is 15 things to keep private to yourself. I'll read out those 15 things from my podcast jotter. The first one is your financial status. You're broke, you're okay, you're not okay, or just keep that information to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Nobody wants to know. And the people that want to know about it are the ones that want to tear you down. They want to tear you apart. So keep that information to yourself. So for the next thing you should keep to yourself is your relationship status. Nobody should know about your relationship status, especially if you're a social media person. Except maybe you just come online and tell them, oh, I'm married, and that's it. Nobody should know about the details. Nobody really, not everybody loves you. So many persons are jealous of you. Yes. And in that same video, she said the next thing is the intimate details about you and your partner. Keep this information between you, your partner, and your God, according to what she said. You can go and listen to it so that you won't say I added something to it. No, exactly the way she said it, that's why I'm saying it to you. Keep these intimate details about you and your relationship to yourself, your partner, and your God. And the next thing is your family affairs and problems. The more you share your family problems online, the more people will be talking and talking, and they will not even provide solution for you. That's the thing. They won't give you solution. So keep the family affairs and problems to yourself and to your family members. Then the next one that I said really helped me. I might end up not sharing the 15 that she mentioned. The next one is the brand new ideas. I'm guilty of this one. Whenever I have an idea about something that I want to do, before this idea is even vetted, I end up sharing it with my friends. I want to stop it. When I saw it, I was like, okay, this is it. I think this is it. This is the message I need to get from this podcast. It's telling me to zip my mouth. Zip my mouth. When the idea is born, then they will see the result of the idea. Then the next thing is your goals and achievement. Almost at the same thing as your ideas. Yeah, your goals and achievement. Then the next one is be quiet about unverified information. You are always sharing. Any information you see, you share. You're not even sure about it. You have already shared it with your community. No. Verify something before you share it with people. That is what an elegant person would do. And I think that is all I'm going to tell you about it. You can go listen to the podcast. Go look for the podcast, Winnie School of Excellence channel. Then you'll find it. I think that's all I'll be sharing from here. Although I have all of them listed, but I want you to go listen to it yourself so that it won't be like I'm giving you word for word what she dropped in her video. Yeah, I think that's all. That is all for this week's journal. If you have watched the video to this particular point and you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, it means you don't love me. Yeah, you don't love me. I need you to subscribe to this channel so that I'll be encouraged to do more, to become a better person. Don't want me to become that person I have in my head. I need you to do that. So please, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel now and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know when I drop a new video every week. Thank you for doing that. And I'll see you in the next episode. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.